Hey everyone, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and it's been a while since I did one of these, but I'm back to designing unofficial solo variants. I've got a couple coming, but today's is for the Vale of Eternity, which is a 2 to 4 player competitive card game that I really enjoy. It's got a mix of drafting and engine building. And disclaimer that I was sent a review copy of this one because it's going to be my competitive corner review for this month, but I enjoyed it so much I decided to do a solo mode for it as well. So the basic idea of Vale of Eternity in the competitive play is that you'll have 2 cards per player. So let's say we're playing 2-player, and they'll be in these different families here based on this little icon in the upper left corner. And players will take turn in a snake draft. So let's say gray was first. They would pick 1 card to hunt, and then red, this is the snake draft part, would get to pick 1 and then pick another one, and gray would get whatever was left over. And each of these cards has a cost in the upper left-hand corner, which is how much it costs in these magic stones. And how do you get the stones to pay for cards? Well, you get them by selling the cards that you've drafted. So each of these cards can either be tamed, which means it comes into your hand and you can summon it later or in the same round. Or you can sell the card, which gives you a number of stones based on the family of the card. So selling a fire card gets you 3 single value stones. Selling a water card, like this water giant, gets you a single 3 value stone. And those might sound identical, 3 value 1 stones and 1 value 3 stone, but a key mechanic in the game is your max stone capacity is only 4. So let's say I get a 6 value stone when I already have these. I would have to throw away one of my 1 value stones and lose it. So even though an earth card will give you 4 stones and a water card will give you only 3, often that's the more economical choice because you might not be able to hold all of those. And cards will have 1 or more powers on them. They might have these lightning bolt instant powers that instantly give you stones, instantly give you victory points. They might have ongoing powers that give you a bonus as long as they're summoned. Or they'll have end of round powers that will consistently give you some effect or victory point total. And the game is played for up to 10 rounds. You can only have as many cards summoned in your play area as the current round number. So for round 1, you can only have 1 card. For round 2, you can have up to 2 cards. And if you have a card you don't want anymore because you want to use that space for something else, you can pay a number of stones equal to the current round to discard a card you already played earlier. And the end of the game is triggered either at the end of round 10 or at the end of any round in which at least one player reached 60 victory points. That's the threshold that triggers the end. And that's pretty much it for the basics of the game. Now let's get into my solo variant and show how that plays. So in my unofficial solo variant, I'm going to be controlling red today and playing against gray. And the victory conditions are the same. We're still going to be going to 10 rounds or 60 points. It doesn't usually go to 10 rounds unless you're playing on the easier mode where the bot takes it easy on you. I'm going to play on normal difficulty this time and see if I can win. I lost by a few points yesterday when I was playing. And I'm going to start with 2 points, and the bot's going to start with 1, which is basically equivalent to, in the competitive play, whoever's first player gets 1 point, second player gets 2, third and fourth player get 3 and 4. Just a little boost since the first player will get first choice of the cards when they come up. But one other important thing about this score track, whenever either of us has reached the 30-point mark, the bot's going to change its priorities and be like a little bit more endgame focused. You'll see how that works. It's all pretty simple. All right, first we go into the hunting phase. Usually you would have 4 cards for 2 players. With my variant, you have 6. This is going to help the bot decide things a little bit more accurately, and it also just gives the player more options to get better combos going, because I like games of this where you get a lot of combos. So let's just lay these all out. All right, so there we go. We got 3 air cards, 2 fire cards, 1 earth card. And now I said that the bot started out as the first player. There's the first player token, but really there's going to be the first player for the entire game. The order of the hunting phase and drafting these cards is different in the solo variant. Usually it would be the snake draft, so the bot would pick 1, I'd pick 2, the bot would pick 1 more. But I wanted to model the idea of hate drafting and the bot going after cards that you might want, which is a pretty strong element in the competitive game. So before the bot drafts each round, I get to pick which card I most want. And most of the time I'm going to get the card, but sometimes the bot will target me and take it from me. In this case, I'm going to go for a pretty basic one, which is Hestia. They have the ongoing power that I can keep 2 more stones. So suddenly my max capacity becomes 6 instead of 4. Pretty dang helpful. So I'll mark that with one of my stones. But I'm not putting it on the card because I'm just declaring my intention that I want it. I haven't actually gotten it yet. And now the bot is going to randomly take a card. I'm flipping a card from the bottom of the deck because there are some powers that add cards to the top of the deck and I didn't want to mess with those. And we're going to look at the family and the numbers. We've got water 4. Besides that, the card gets discarded. It's not doing anything else. So we take the bot's token and we look for the water family. If there was a card here, it would start on that card. Since there's not, it moves clockwise. It's always going to move it in clockwise to the next card, which in this case is the stone golem. And then we use the number 4. We're going to count clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, until we end up on the final card, which is the one the bot will take. But to model that hate drafting in a basic way, they're going to count my card twice, kind of like once for the card, once for the token, and they will take that card if they end up with their number on either count. But here we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. They're drafting the Harpy, which means I have to take Hestia. I move my stone onto the card. And note that I'm forced to take the card. So you don't want to try to trick the bot by selecting a card you don't actually want, because 5 out of 7 times you're going to end up with that card, and only 2 out of 7 times is the bot going to come in and snipe it from you. So yeah, I get the card. Now, if the bot had ended up on Hestia, I would be free to pick any of the other 5 cards for my draft, but not the case here. And now instead of the snake draft, we're going to do the exact same thing again. So I'm going to say which card I think I want. The bot's going to randomly select a card, having some priority for mine, and then I'll get whatever I get. In this case, I think the best one for me is Odin. They have an end of round effect that if I have fewer than 6 cards in my hand, I get 2 victory points. Otherwise, I get a 6 money magic stone. That's the most valuable one in the game. Now, he's super expensive. Will I actually play him? I don't know. But I'm saying he's the one that I want. Okay, we're going to do the exact same thing again, this time with a 5 air card. So the bot's going to start on the first air card, the one that's closest to the beginning of that family before it changes to the new one. And they're going to do the count of 5 again, but they're going to skip over any ones that have already been taken. And again, they'll double count for mine. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gosh darn it. So they took Odin from me. In that case, I'll take Boreas just to sell him for a blue and a red stone. The 2 cards that were not chosen are discarded. Oh, wait, whoops. There we go. I flipped it to what I wanted it to be. So that's how the hunting phase works in my variant. So now we go into the action phase. This is identical for the player. The bot has some rules, but this is where you kind of do stuff. So actions you can take, let me just go through them quickly. You can sell a card that you hunted. I'm going to sell Boreas for a red and blue stone. You can tame a card, which means taking it into your hand. You don't have to play it this round, but it just sits around. There is no max hand size. You can summon a card, which means paying its cost, in this case 0, playing it down into your play area. Remember, you cannot have more cards in your play area at any one time than the current rounds. Right now, I can only hold Hestia. But honestly, there's no reason to do that, and there's always a possibility I'll get a card next turn that'll give me a bonus when I summon a card, and then I want to summon Hestia later. I don't need to hold 6 stones right now, so who cares? So I'm just going to keep that in my hand with my stones. And then the final action option would be to pay stones equal to the current round. 1, to trash a card in my summoned area. Clearly, I'm not doing that. But those are the 4 actions you can take. You can take them as many times as you want in any order, as long as you can pay for them. All right, now the bot is a little bit different, and they do break some rules. So first of all, they tame both of the cards right away. They add it to their own little virtual hand, and they organize the card from lowest to highest cost. If they have ties, it doesn't really matter. They can keep them in any order, like if I had multiple 6s here. Because while a player can only sell cards that they have hunted this round, while their token is on it, the bot can sell cards whenever they want. That's one of the rules they break. They can also hold any number of stones, and they also get change for their stones. So if I bought a card that costs 2 by spending my 3, I would not get a single red token back in change, but the bot does, at least on the normal difficulty. If you want to play on an easier difficulty, that's one of the things you do. They don't get change anymore for their purchases. And after the bot tames everything, they will try to summon as many cards as they can. Unlike the player, they can have any number of cards summoned. They could have 4 in round 3 or 5 in round 2 if they somehow make that happen. And I had mentioned the score track influencing their decision before. How it works is, if anybody has reached 30 victory points or more, them or the player, they will prioritize summoning the most expensive card that they can afford. Although in this case, they're only going to be able to afford Harpy either way, lowest or most expensive, so it doesn't really matter. But if they had more cards and more stones, they would try to summon Odin if somebody had reached 30 victory points. But here in the early parts of the game, kind of like a player, they just want to summon the cheapest thing they can. So how it works is they look at the leftmost card and they try to sell other cards, preferring the rightmost, the most expensive, to sell first until they can afford the Harpy. So here Odin is an air card, just like the sale I made. It's going to get them a blue and a red. And then they're going to summon the Harpy for the 3 stone, keeping the 1 for next turn. Now, the bot completely ignores everything written on the card. Every one of their cards has the exact same set of 2 powers. Number 1, when they play it, they immediately get a number of victory points equal to the cost of the card. So here they're getting 3. And number 2, for every card they've summoned at the end of the round, one of these hourglass symbols, they get 1 victory point, which is this symbol. So basically, you just count the number of cards they've summoned, and they get that many points for free at the end of each round. And we are going into that phase, so the bot went to 4 with the summoning of the Harpy, and they get 1 more point at the end of the round for 5. All right, so they're off to an early lead, which tends to happen. Okay, we're going into round 2. And in the competitive game, we would pass first player token around, but here we're doing the exact same stuff we just did until somebody gets to 60 victory points or until we reach 10 rounds. So let's lay out these cards. All right, I've got some kind of juicy choices here. Let me point out my highlights. I want to read every single card to you. Goblin Soldier costs 4, and at the end of each round, if any opponent has more points than you, you earn 4. Otherwise, lose 4 points. But the bot's off to an early lead, and they tend to have a decent number of points, so this would probably work for me for at least 2 or 3 rounds, then I could try to pay to trash it before it actually hurt me. So that one's great. For a bit more, though, look at the Valkyrie. She costs 5, but at the end of each round, she'll earn me 1 point for every card family in your area, so fire, earth, water, wind, and dragon. And I can summon Hestia for free, so there'd be 2 victory points this turn instead of the 4 for the Goblin Soldier, but clearly she comes without the, sort of Damocles hanging over my head that eventually he'll take points away from me. But then the last one I'm looking at are these dragons, because I don't want to play them for their card powers right now, but they are worth a single 6 value stone if you draft one of them, so they're kind of always good to get. But there are 2 of them. So let's go for the Valkyrie. It's a safer bet, kind of. But if the bot happens to take it, I'll fall back on the Goblin Soldier, or just get a dragon. We'll see what happens. I think it's a pretty solid round for me regardless. All right, so they've got an 8 dragon. So remember, we find the closest to the beginning, kind of like the left. I mean, it doesn't really work when you're going around a clock. The leftmost side there, and then we're counting to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you but. Okay, they stole the Valkyrie. Guess I'm moving the Goblin Soldier. Okay, and then I don't really care which one, but I just want, well, I guess would I rather them get a 12 or an 8? They're probably going to sell it anyway. They're not going to summon something huge. But let's say I want the 8 just so they can't maybe summon it early by luck, because that'd be a lot of victory points for them. All right, a 4 red. Sorry, I don't know why I had the Goblin Soldier over there. All right, so a 4 red. There are no reds. They're going to start on Eternity. So they're going 1, 2, 3, 4. They're ending up with Cerberus. I get the Boulder, and Eternity and Behemoth are discarded. All right, so definitely going to sell the Boulder. They are worth a lot of points. They would force somebody to discard a pink card, which would actually be good here because I would get rid of their Harpy. I mean, I could do it, but the Valkyrie is going to earn me more points in the long run and cost a lot less. So I can buy the Valkyrie entirely just with the Boulder's 6. Yeah, I'm going to sell the Boulder for 6. Oh, I didn't get the Valkyrie. I got the Goblin Soldier. Dang it. Well, whatever. I'm still summoning him. I'm going to pay 4. I'm going to keep the 6 from the dragon. And again, still no reason to summon Hestia, so I'll just hang on to her. All right, the bot is taming both of these, and they're both the same value, so it doesn't really matter which one they pick up first. All right, and they want to sell their cheapest one, their leftmost one, which is just going to happen to be the Valkyrie. So Cerberus sells for 4 reds. That'll get them to 5 money, just enough to summon it. Gosh darn it. And again, they can go over the 4 stones. They had 5 stones that they spent there. So that'll get them 5 victory points immediately, and they'll get 2 victory points at the end of the round. That's a 5 immediately. All right, end of the round, they get 2, but hey, Goblin Soldier, he's safe for at least a while if they just keep on summoning stuff. We'll see what happens. And that takes us to round 3. All right, everything is on the cheaper end of the scale this time. Let's see. My favorites right now would probably be Undyne. She, when I play her for 1, gets me 3, and then Recover means she comes back to my hand so I can play her again. Although it does mean I need to have 1 to not be like wasting a ton of money and to actually make the upgrade from a 1 to a 3 worth it. Medusa is also pretty interesting economy-wise because at the end of the turn, I discard a card from my hand to earn 6, and these powers are forced if you're able to do them. So she basically, with a time delay, lets you take any card into your hand that you would have sold otherwise and get a 6 for it like a dragon. The Mud Slime is great. They earn you 6 victory points when you play them, and then you just get them back to your hand. So if you have a way to get 6 money every round to play them, it's pretty awesome. I'm not seeing any good victory point engines yet. So for now, let's just say the most consistent money one and say Undyne. We'll see what happens. They'll probably steal her because they hate me. All right, so they're starting out with a blue 3, which is going to be on Yuki Onna. 1, 2, 3. They got Agni. Totally fine. Okay, and then with Undyne, I want reds. So I could summon her without wasting money. So maybe, it doesn't matter too much. Let's just say the Mud Slime. That gets me more coins. And they're doing a 4 pink, which will start out on Yuki Onna. And 1, 2, 3. They got both the reds. All right. I'm going to, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'll tame Undyne. And then I'm going to play Hestia finally so I can hold 2 more stones. Because then when I sell the Mud Slime for 4 reds, I can actually hold them all. Because now my capacity is 6. Okay, and then I'll play Undyne. This is round 3, so I can have 3 cards summoned for 1, which upgrades into a 3. So I've got a lot of money now. And I have enough to play her again next turn. So not too bad. I'm getting 4 victory points, but definitely not impressive growth yet. As for the bot, they're going to take both of these into their hand. They can sell reds for 3. So yeah, they're going to sell Agni. They're still preferring the cheapest to summon the Lava Giant. That's 3 immediate victory points. And then we go to the end of the round stuff. I get 4 and get Undyne back. And they get 3 for their 3 summon cards. But I am flush with cash, and they've saved up nothing. So I'm not feeling terrible. Going to round 4. Oh man, this round we got a nice mix of things. There's a lot that I'm kind of interested in. Look, the Kappa is pretty cheap, and it says whenever you summon a card using a blue 3-stone, earn 2 victory points. And with Undyne, I should be getting those pretty frequently, right? Alternatively, there's Sylph. When I play her, I get to draw a card, which means you just take a card from the top of your deck, and it's a potential summon for you later. And then whenever you summon a card, earn 1 victory point, which combos really nicely with Undyne, because besides other cards I might be summoning, I'm going to, summon her, recur her, recover her, summon her again, so that could potentially build up quite a bit, maybe more than the Kappa, although she's also 4 instead of 1, but she gets me a free whole card, which is crazy. Pegasus is great too. Draw a card, and the cost of all cards are decreased by 1, which would be pretty awesome for Undyne specifically, because then she'd be free. I wouldn't have to waste or have the 1 redstone on hand to use her each round. And then shoot, look, there's a nice dragon too. The bottom effect, a player of your choice discards one of their summoned blue cards. You can only play this card if somebody has a blue card to discard, which crud would only be me with Undyne. So never mind. I would only want Ember for the 6 stone. All right, so between Kappa, Pegasus, Sylph. Pegasus isn't actually getting me victory points, so I think I'm leaning towards these two. And Kappa's is so cheap. Let's start with Kappa. If they steal it, I'll go for Sylph. Okay, 3 blue for them, which means they start on Kappa, 1, 2. Okay, they got the big 6. They're going to be able to buy something nasty. That's the danger of letting them get the dragons. And then I guess, do I also go for Sylph? Because then I'm just getting so much stuff every time I summon somebody. Yeah, let's do it. And maybe I'll fall back on Pegasus if Sylph gets taken. All right, and they got a 2 red. So, crud, it's fine. It's fine. These are gone. All right, so I think I want to take both of these into my hand. And then we're actually not going to bring out Undyne yet. I don't need to. What I want to do is I'm going to pay for Kappa. I could summon Pegasus first and play him for free, but I'm going to pay for him just so that when I play Pegasus with a 3, I immediately get 2 victory points from him. Okay, and I also get to draw a card. Might be nothing. Ooh, Poseidon, earn 3 victory points for each blue card in your area, including himself. So if I can save up to him and get Undyne out at one point and then play him, that's 9 victory points at a minimum. Maybe 12 or 15 if we can get some more blues going on. I like it. Thanks, Pegasus. But that's it. I actually would like to summon Undyne, but unless I pay for the round number to trash one of these, and they all are helping me at the moment, I can't fit them. But the bot does not have that problem. They're still below 30, so they're going to do the obvious thing. They're going to sell Ember for a 6, buy Sylph for 4, and again, with their cheating selves, they'll get 2 coins back as change. It gets them 4 more victory points, and at the end of the round, they're getting 4 more. I'm getting 4. I mean, my Goblin is definitely worth his weight in gold here, but I'm just really far behind. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, maybe I should have shown you the lower difficulty setting. The thing is, it is a pretty swingy game inherently. I'll talk about this more in my review. Sometimes you get crazy combos, sometimes you don't. The bot tends to be pretty consistent with their point gain, so it can kind of depend on what you can put together. Although with 6 cards instead of 4, you often have better options than you would in the regular game. Wow, a lot of red this turn. All right, let's see what we got. Tengu is pretty dang cool. Because look, he costs 3, which I could play for with a blue, and then Kappa would give me my bonus. He gets me 6 victory points, and then he immediately goes on top of the draw deck, so he won't even take up space for my playing. So that's one I could look at. Burning Skull is not too bad. At the end of each round, I discard a 1 coin, a 1 stone, to earn 3 victory points, which I've currently got 2 of, so that wouldn't be too hard to make happen. Yeah, the rest I'm not really feeling. Horned Salamander gets you a ton of money every turn, but I have pretty good income. I don't have space for the cards I want to play. So I guess I'll put it next to somebody. I mean, Burn Skull will eventually get me more than Tengu, maybe, so let's try for that. All right, and they are doing 4 pink. So if you start out on Rudra, I can already see how this is going to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gosh darn it, I'll take Tengu, that's fine. And then, who do I want? I mean, Rudra is just better, money-wise for selling. So sure, let's go for that. And we've got a 9 dragon. So where is that starting? Dragon, they're starting on Rudra. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my gosh. Okay. They only have a 2/7 chance of sniping you on the first go round. They do have a higher 2/5 chance, but still lower than half chance on the second time. That was unlikely. Gargoyle? I mean, I can sell for 4. Yeah, I guess that's better than 3, theoretically. All right. I think, I hate to say this, I think I might get rid of Pegasus just because I really don't have much space. I don't really need Hestia either, and Pegasus is -1. I don't know. To explain why I'm thinking that, I want to summon Undyne to get the money, but then I also want to summon the Tengu with a blue to get the bonus from Kappa's victory points and not to summon him with something else. So to summon both of them in round 5, I need to ditch someone. I mean, I guess it could be Hestia. -1 to everything, or potentially hold. Yeah, you know what? Hestia is probably the one that should go. All right, I hate this. I'm going to spend my 6 just to trash a good card. Good playing, Mike. You're going to win, obviously. But then I will play Undyne for 0. That's right. Pegasus is still around, so that's cool at least. Gets me a blue. And then overpaying, I will play Tengu for only 2, but I'm paying with the blue because I want the bonus from Kappa. So that gets me 8. 2 from Kappa, 6 from Tengu. So I'm at 24. I'm catching up. Of course, they haven't done their stuff for this round yet. And then Tengu immediately goes on top of the deck. So maybe we'll get him again sometime. Which does free me up for another space. But no, I don't want this dumb gargoyle. I don't have enough 6s. I'm going to sell him for 4 reds. I can only hold 2 of them. Maybe I should have switched that and thrown away the Pegasus and kept Hestia. But the discounts are nice. We'll see what happens. Now I really wish I had that Burning Skull, because look how many victory points I can get from him. Still got Poseidon in my hand for later, but no more blue cards yet. All right, it's still nobody has passed 30, so they want to summon the Burning Skull. They can sell Rudra to get 4, and then they'll spend 3 of it to summon the Skull, which gets them 3 more. And they've got 5 cards at the end of the round. I've got 4 points from the Goblin. And I get Undyne back to my hand, so now I got tons of space for cards. So I'm keeping up, and I've got the explosiveness of Poseidon, but now we've passed the 30 marks. They're going to try to summon the most expensive card they can, although sometimes they won't be able to afford anything except the lower cost cards, but they could get like some crazy 10 dragon and just bomb me with points. We'll see what happens. All right, speaking of dragons, there's one. We got a nice mix. There's a water person, and Tengu is back, of course. So I kind of feel like I should just go after the dragon first, just so that I can sell it for money and so that they don't get it. Although this guy's pretty great. Look, while you have him in play, your 3s count as 6s and your 6s count as 3. And then Undyne gets me a 3 for kind of free. Well, actually, yeah, with Pegasus for free each turn. There'll be another blue for Poseidon. So maybe I just hope they don't get the dragon. It's a low chance they'll grab it. 7 dragon. I feel like that's bad for me. I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gosh darn it. I was like, yeah, 7. Of course, Mike, you've made it so that with 2 counts for your card, it's 7. Gosh. What else do I want? I mean, the Griffin with my Pegasus discount, look, it lets you draw a card every turn. But I'm not getting a 6 from the dragons. How am I going to pay for it? What am I talking about? I'll say that I want the Tengu again. And 10 dragon. Okay, so they're starting. That one's taken, so they're starting on Tengu. 1, 2. Oh, sorry. That should be me. 1, 2. No, sorry. Starting on Tengu. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. It's fine. Griffin's worth more money. And again, it is kind of a cool card if I could ever summon it. Okay, we'll go for that. I mean, I don't really want a draw card at the end of each round power right now. Like, we're already past the halfway point. Often the bot will get to 60 by like round 8 or 7 sometimes. Although they're going a little bit slower this time. What do I want to do? Well, let's start out. We'll summon Undyne for free. Oh, we don't have any room. Shoot. Let's tame both of these. I don't know. I got a crazy idea here. Let's summon Hate for 2 red with the discount. Then summon Undyne for free, which gets us a blue, which is now worth 6. And then, I don't need Poseidon yet. Hang out for a second, buddy. Let's summon the Griffin for the 3 being a 6, which earns me 2 points for Kappa. Okay, and then Poseidon will come out soon. I've gotten another blue. We'll see if we can pull this off. Meanwhile, the bot now wants to summon the dragon for 5. They've got 3. They can sell Tengu for 4. So they only got to spend 1 of their leftovers, and they got that. Just some 5 immediately, even 6 more at the end of the round. Ugh. So 39 to 45. Oh my gosh. And I'm really only getting 4? Like, this is not enough, y'all. Definitely playing too much of a slow game. Poseidon is good, but not really good enough. I'm going to draw a card for free. Basilisk. Lose victory points to get money every round. No, I don't want you. That was a waste. Thanks for nothing, Griffin. All right, here we go into round 7. And Mike's wishing he'd played on lower difficulty. All right, well, I did get a lot of blue cards. And I could easily summon at least 1, if not 2 of them. Oh, but then I wouldn't have room for Poseidon. The best I can summon is like 1, and then... Ooh, wait, look at this. Succubus. If cards with written costs of 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all in your area, earn 10 victory points. And I've got 1, 3, and 4. If I can get Nessie... Please don't steal Nessie from me, you butts. Come on. 10 Sand Giant. So it starts out on the Goblin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, now don't steal the Succubus from me. Come on. Okay, they got 4 water. That's good for me. They start on Nessie. 1, 2. Oh, sorry, I got sucky. Oh, no. I got. Oh, wait. I'm doing all this wrong. So Triton. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And they got 2 low-cost cards. They're going to obviously summon them both and get a ton of end round victory points, but I might be able to catch up with this. Okay. Because they can give me one more round, then I can summon Poseidon. I don't really want to summon him this round. Okay, so I'm clearly taking both, and I'm summoning... Oh, by the way, I didn't even show you what Nessie does. They earn me 2 victory points at the end of the round if I don't have a dragon, which I don't. But I can only also hold 2 cards. Crud. So I'll summon Nessie for only 1, and then I'll summon Succubus for free and get 10 victory points, which... Oh, man, I'm right behind with just like a Odin, or not, Poseidon. There's no way for me to afford that, right? I can't even fit anybody. What am I talking about? I was thinking if I could summon Undyne, then I could afford Poseidon. I'll have to wait until next round. Okay. If they give me another round, which I think they will, they're summoning both of these for 1 each. So that's 2 victory points, but then they're getting 8. Okay, so 2 plus 8. Okay, we get another round. I mean, they could just burst even more ahead, but they don't have any money going into the last round. That's good. And I'm getting 4 from my Goblin Soldier. He's been a lifesaver. 2 from Nessie, so I'm not far behind either. And I get a random card from the Griffin. Get out of here, dude. I don't want you. I was going to round 8. I know that I can play Poseidon and get past 60. I know that they're going to get past 60 no matter what. Can I beat them? I don't know. I mean, if I can draft some like really nasty cards out from under them, that could do it. Like, I don't want them to have that, for example. They can't afford Freya. So maybe I do want them to have her. All right, best for me, I can only fit 1 card. So I need the Dragonade to even be able to afford Odin, I think. Shoot. Or not Odin. I keep on thinking of the wrong person. Don't steal that. That's also like the most money for them. A 10 air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Okay, that's locked in. Okay, and then what's the best they could get now? I don't know. I don't think they'll be able to afford the Mimic or Freya. So, and I really don't think I have anything going on except for that 1 card play this round. So I don't know. I'll go for Freya. She's worth the most. Okay, and they're doing our 2 red. Oh, 1, 2. Yep. So I'll get another blue. Hey, if I use it to summon people, then I get victory points from Kappa, right? Okay, I'm actually feeling decent. I don't know if we'll win, but we should at least come very close. So I'm selling the Dragon Egg for... oh, wait, crud. This is worth 3 now and not 6. Well, it's okay. Oh, God, is it okay? Well, you know what? I'm going to sell the Undyne Queen 2 for a blue that is worth 6. There we go. Okay, so I've got, in essence, 10. If I summon Undyne, that would get me to like 15... I'm just trying to figure... I mean, well, nobody... I guess if I could summon Undyne and Poseidon, I get more money. So do I have enough money to throw away somebody? It's around 8. I think I do. Who's worthless to me? The Griffin is worthless. The Succubus is worthless. So, okay, like, I can do this. Is this worth it? I think so. I can do this to throw away the Succubus, because that was 9, no matter how you parse the 2 values. Then I can summon Undyne for free. Gets me a blue. Then I can summon Poseidon for the blue with Heite's conversion and Pegasus's discount. Gets me 2 points from Kappa. And then big time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 points. I think we might do this, y'all. So that'd be 62, 67. So you get down to 7 here and flip your little score, a character marker, whatever it is. And then I'll get some more. Oh, crud. The Goblin Soldier's going to make me lose victory points. Well, we'll see what happens. I should have said I threw him away instead of the Succubus, but hey, I mean, whatever. I don't want to cheat. All right, so they've got Freya and the Young Forest Spirit. They want to summon Freya. They can't afford her. So they're actually going to summon the Young Forest Spirit. That's a 0, but it will get them 1 more victory point at the end of the round. All right, so I do mine first. That is important here for the stupid Goblin Soldier. So I lose 4, then I gain 2 from Nessie, and that's it. So I'm at 65. And they have 9 cards summoned, so they go to 64. Let's go. Although, again, if I'd been smart and thrown away the Goblin Soldier instead of the Succubus with my trashing effect, then I would have been, 4 further ahead. But yeah, okay, so I pulled it out at normal difficulty. I didn't have to go easy. But yeah, that is my solo variant for Vale of Eternity. Hope you like it. Let me know your thoughts, any suggestions you might have. And I am, again, going to have an actual competitive review, I think, this week or next week on the game as well, because I do love it a lot. You know, I have a few things to complain about, but I think it's a really fun and quick engine builder with or without my solo variant. So thanks for watching, everybody, and a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Pedro Lucas, Steve Wren, Miles, Wayne Scott, and KCW. We'll see you at the next stop.